This is the story how it went, the news story. It started back in the summer. Me and my friend, she likes skating pools, and I figured because she was a girl and, we were able to go and look for pools together. So we spent a couple days looking for pools together, but this one specific day that is connected to this longer pool story, we're in El Sereno, and we were looking at this block that had a couple pools on it. Two of them were across the street from each other, and as we were about to go to one, the guy who was in the other one that was across the street was out. And he has a pool as well. He's outside doing whatever. I go up to him, I'm like, "Hey, sir, do you know if that house has a pool?" Or I say, "Do you know where that guy is? Because he has an empty pool and we wanted to skate it." And he was like, "Oh, no, I don't, but, why do you want his pool again?" I was like, "Oh, just, why skate it, even take a picture of it would be cool." And then he kind of just like, he says, "Well, I have a pool." I knew he had a pool, but I wanted to see how he'd react to that too. It all just worked out pretty well. So I say, "Well, we just want to take a picture with it. I have this girl here. She has a skateboard. It'll look pretty cool." And this guy, for that first couple moments, seemed normal. He seemed normal. He takes us to his backyard. I'm thinking maybe we'll be able to skate it. See the pool, it's nice. I love the fucking tile. It's a sunset pool. We go inside, but before we actually go in, he's like, "It's weird." He's like, "It's weird, you want to take a picture in a pool?" He's like, "That's just weird to me." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I mean, it's a cool thing. It's like an aesthetic. It's a empty pool. It's got a look to it." And he's just like, well, that's weird. I was like, "Okay, well, whatever." I didn't say anything. I just go in the pool and start taking pictures with the friend. So we go in the pool and we just start taking pictures. And he's just kind of there, like,
that's perfect,
not really saying much.
Yeah.
And then I start trying to talk about the pool. I'm like, "Has anyone ever skated?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I skate and I bike, and this pool's not good for that." And I'm like, "Well, it's pretty good. It's not bad." My philosophy is there's no such thing as a bad pool. Obviously, of course, if it's not like a fucking square, as long as there's not four walls. Like if it's you're stepping into a room, if it's got a little transition, it's just called a wall ride pool if it's that bad. Other pools have like funky, cool, weird shapes. Those are fun too. So he didn't really understand that there's no such thing as a bad pool, especially one of this caliber that's like a amoeba shape or whatever. It's still fun. The steeper it is, the harder it is of these shapes, the better. And it was steep. It is steep. But the shallow had some mellow spots to it. So that was the interesting part. So I'm looking at that, and he sees my looking for it, and I start mentioning it. He's like, "No, I know." He's like, this isn't a good pool." And he was trying to get all technical and stuff, but he was just he was also like kind of like a construction working guy, so you could just tell by the way he's like he even said it. He's like, "This is the work I do. I know how much it would take to remake a pool like this." And he was going off, kind of being very, very negative. He seemed like he had a very short fuse as a human being. And maybe it didn't help that I had to grow with me, because he felt tense around her. So that was the first day I went there. We got out of there. I didn't even want to mention skating, actually ask him if we could skate the pool, because I feel like that would have just got him more angry. He just already seemed on edge, so didn't want to deal with that. So that happened. Months pass, and I'm skating other pools, and I'm getting my own stuff. Every once in a while, like maybe once a month, I'll pass by. Months later, end of the year comes, and I pass by, and for sale sign comes out there. And it just so happens that I pass by, I see the for sale sign. I see him getting home from work or something. He's just there, and he's arriving, and he's outside and doing his thing. And I remember that. I'm like, "Oh shit, that's a very good sign. He's in for sale. It means it's going to sell." And in between the time it sells, we probably skate it. That's just this guy. Even if somebody else comes, hopefully they'll be better than this guy. Probably not, honestly, because this guy skated. I don't know what to think, but I'm just excited that this thing is up on the market. Weeks pass, and I'm passing it now once a week or once maybe once a week. And it's pretty close to my house too, so I'm not really going out of the way into this. And I see him little, like, week by week, all of his belongings, just everything in his house, in front of his house, just being simplified and organized and consolidated, and the house is just looking very plain, and all the items are getting taken away, till finally it's just like, okay, is he living there now? I don't see him there, but he's still there. I'm showing up at night to see if there's lights on. His truck is there, and the trash cans are coming out, like if someone's living there. And he pops out, and he just hasn't left yet, until finally one day I pass. When was I sure about it? I started being sure about it once I started pulling up and seeing at night, and not late in the night, but like right when the sun went down, no lights on, no truck. And I'm getting excited. I'm like, yes, this means this pool is going to be skated soon. Very close to the house. When it's close to the house, you'll be able to skate. You're just excited that there's a pool open, something to trespass into and carve around and stuff. So I'm getting excited for that. And finally, a day comes where I'm like, sure, a week passes and there's no one there. The for sale sign is gone. Online, it says it's sold. I'm like, okay, it's gotta be. So I pull up one day with my friend. I'm like, okay, now this is the day we're just gonna go back there. And we go, and right when we get there's a fucking gas man. Guy who deals with the gas. He's just working on the house or something. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's a good and a bad sign. Or I didn't want him to be there because I wanted to actually go and skate. So I have to wait now that day. This day I was kind of fed up with going back to this house. So me and my friend wait there for 30 minutes just talking and figuring out. And finally this guy's packing up his stuff. He's done his job. I don't know what he did with the pipes or the gas or any of that shit, but he looks like he's about to head out. We pull up closer to the house now. This guy has no idea we're scoping out this house. As soon as he's packing up in his van, he looks like he's about to drive off. A car pulls up. It's the new fucking owners. It's the family, and they're looking at the house, and he's telling them whatever they need to hear about what he just did. And I'm fucking fed up now. I can't wait another 30 minutes. Call it. We do something else. I'm going to save it for another day. Show up the next day, and I fucking go inside. No one was there. I was sure the new people are there. They're not moved in yet, but you could tell it's on its way. The next day, no one was there. There's no cars parked in front. I just went for it. Went in, saw the pool, water in it a lot, because it was raining throughout that month. Whatever. Go back once a week again. Water just the same. Finally, a week comes up. Like the third week, and I'm just like one day, I'm like, you know what? I haven't really been caring about this pool that much anymore because of all the hassle it's been. I'm dropping off my friend who lives even closer to it, and I'm just going to go pass by. There's like only a few gallons of water, only just barely coming over the drain. I'm like, damn, it's bucketable. Bucket it real quick. It's nighttime though. I'm like, damn, this thing will be ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll end up working. Don't get to skate it. 2 days pass. I'm just thinking about it. I was like, fuck, it's there. It's so close to my house. It's dry. It rains. One night, I wake up and basically, and it's rained, everything. I'm like, fuck, I wonder how much water that is. I go back the next day. I walk my dog. I go to that neighborhood specifically to walk my dog. Walk my dog into that backyard. And I see that all this stuff is like starting to get thrown out from inside the house. Like the sinks out there, the countertops are like out there in the backyard by the pool. But the pool is still got that little bit of water from the rain. I bucket it real quick. My dog's running around wondering what the fuck's going on. Why am I in this pool? Luckily, this thing has a fence around it so my dog didn't jump in the damn pool. And I bucket it dry. I'm like, hey, this thing's ready for tomorrow. that was today. Today, of course, I was busy again. I had to do all this shit, help my mom and work, and just got really caught up, and I didn't want to go there too early in the day. And I did. I showed up, and as soon as I showed up, the neighbors came out, and they looked at me very sus because of the way I probably pulled up looking at the house. I was sitting there vibing them out. I was just feeling their vibes and didn't feel it. Come back in a couple hours. Go back, do some other stuff. Come back with my mom on the way home. Like, Mom, we only have like 30 minutes left of sunlight. Let's go to this house and I want you to film me skate this pool. She knows I do this pool stuff and she supports it to a point. And she knows I go to houses that no one lives in. So she's kind of like, okay, well, it's a pool, whatever. She usually goes to abandoned houses. Okay. So we pull up. It's sunset. We only got like 20, 30 minutes of sunlight, maybe. And we go to the backyard. We walk in. We have a chair. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this chair right next to the pool. And you're just going to film me trying to get a carve in the shallow. I'm trying it multiple times. And like 5 minutes passes. And then this like loud music, like a motorcycle pulls up like near the house. And this loud music, very strange, like grunge-ish music. And we're just like, I'm not really paying attention to that, but my mom was like, it sounds like someone's here. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I know no one's not here because it sounds like it's coming from like this other side where this other house is at. As we're kind of like talking about it, a fucking shot rings out, like a loud pop, like it literally sounded like a gunshot. And we look at each other in the eyes, and we're just like, what the fuck was that? And the music's blaring out, and it sounds very antagonizing to us in this pool. And what the fuck was that shot? And we're just like, fuck. And I'm scared. I'm imagining this guy that used to live here. It felt like that kind of hostility. I don't know why I just connected with that. I was like, what if this guy owns the house next door? Because the house next door is really close to it. It looked like it's almost attached to the house, except this fence. And the way it's like set up on this street, it's like these houses seem connected. I was like, what if he just hears it and he's trying to scare us off? But a gunshot, like, what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck that was. So I'm like telling my mom, like, get down, get low. I don't know if this guy is like, there's a fence in between us, but I don't know if like if he sees a fucking head over, he's just gonna freak. He seemed like a fucking psycho when we met him, being like just very hostile and seemed like some guy that would definitely shoot someone on his property. So I tell my mom to get down. I'm like, let's walk out. So we're staying low and we're walking out the back, and we go to the street, and then we see where it's coming from. It's like this 40-year-old dude on a motorcycle, midlife crisis guy who's just like in his own world. I guess his motorcycle fucked up and he's like there chilling, I don't know, doing what. And then he just starts walking to his house or whatever. I'm like, oh, fuck, we're good. It's just that guy. That guy looks like he doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. So I'm telling Mom, let's go back. We go back. And I give it a few more tries, and I get a couple carves in. And that was it. I want to get more. I'm going to go tomorrow to skate that thing for real. Sereno, the Berkshire sunset. And the worker left yesterday at 3:20, 3-ish. And we were to skate at 3:30, start skating it. And it's fucking 4:10 or almost, and he's still here. That shit is annoying. Let me see if you can see it. That's the truck. I don't know if you could see right there. That's the truck, and he's waiting, and I just want him to get in and fucking drive away. Now the Berkshire Sunset Pool, continued story. So we've been skating it. The workers would leave. They go there Monday through Friday. I noticed Saturday and Sunday someone's there. The people that own the house, they show up and they like, I don't know, obviously I don't know what kind of work they're doing inside the house. I don't look in the house like that, which is probably smarter, but I just don't want to be caught looking like I'm gonna looks like I'm trying to steal or rob the house or try and go inside in any way. So I stay away from the windows and the doors and stuff, and it's paid off. But like I was saying, they're there on the weekends just doing who knows what, the family, and then the workers are there during the week, 9 to 5-ish. So we skated when the workers leave, and the weekends haven't been able to hit it. So today, a Monday, I was doing some other pool stuff, and I happened to pass by to see if we could skate it earlier than 5, and there was no one there. I was like, well, if the workers aren't there, I don't think the family's gonna show up on a Monday, so we should just. It's a good sign. It was 2, and there was no one there, and I wanted to start skating it at fucking 2:45, 3. And I had a feeling it was gonna be water because it rained last night. So I pick up my friend, and we show up to the house. No, when their other friend meets me there, and we're in the back, and we've got to bucket it. It's probably about, it was a good 20-minute bucket, and we're going at it, so it was a lot of water. It was definitely a good amount. So we finished bucketing it, and then I have my torch to dry it, and I start torching it. I'm fucking drying the deep end. I finish the deep end. My friend Turtle takes over, and then I have another friend showing up who's gonna take videos of while we're skating it. As soon as he calls me, I kind of like peek to the side to see if he's at the side of the fence to get in, and I see a truck in the fucking driveway. So there's a fucking car in the driveway, a truck, the worker truck, and I don't know how long it's been there, and we've been fucking making all this noise. The torch is loud. We're moving around the backyard. What I noticed is the house does have windows, but some of them have plastic over them because they're probably painting the inside. They're probably painting the walls and stuff. So I don't know how long this person's been there in the truck. And I'm telling my friend, I'm on the phone with him, like, do you see anyone in the front? What do you see? And he's like, yeah, I saw someone going a little while ago, but they didn't look like they weren't really doing anything. They were just going inside. Like, this person's inside right now. Like, we're back here. It's only a matter of seconds before they fucking see us in the back. 3 dudes, propane tank and a torch and skateboards and beer. And I was like, damn, dude. So I was, fuck, what do I do? I was kind of like, not panicking. I was just really thinking, like, hard. Like, okay, I could just go talk to them. Maybe they're just waiting inside. They call the cops and they're just waiting inside to watch us get busted because people like doing that. I'm thinking, and I'm like, well, the best thing to do is just leave now. So I tell my friend Patrick, I'm like, dude, let's leave. But both fences were locked from inside, but we got lucky. The back fence just turned and it opened. We're good. Fucking, we just walked out with all the stuff, and we're walking around the corner thinking that someone's gonna run out or something's gonna happen because the back entrance leads to like another part of the neighborhood where you have to go back to the front. We go to the front and the truck's there, and I see the guy working in the house, and he just looks like doesn't even know what's going on. I tell my friends to wait by their cars, and I go to the front and I have my vest on. I kind of wanted to see if he knew what happened, so I go to the front, I'm like, excuse me. And he comes out, he's like, hey, how's it going? And I have my vest on, so I'm like, I just want to let you know, we were emptying the pool, draining the pool. He was like, and then he just was so confused, like, what do you mean? And I tell him, I was like, oh, we know the owner from the previous, because this house just got sold. So I kind of made up something that I figured would be a good cover up. We knew the previous owner. We drained his pool for him, for the mosquitoes. And he was like, oh, it's drained already. Don't even worry about it. I was like, oh, okay. Conversation went a completely different way. But once I saw there's body language, that he didn't recognize me, and he did not seem at all like he knew what was going on. I just went with that to see if he knew what was going on, and to read the situation, and to basically that's it, to see if this pool's still open. I mean, if I showed up and he was like, you were in the back, and it got dramatic like that, obviously it wouldn't have been a go. I would try explaining myself out of it, saying, look, we just want to skate the pool, we could drain the pool, fair trade, kind of explain it like that. But didn't have to go there. Didn't want to bring up skating because some people hate that shit, of course, especially in a backyard. So as soon as I saw that he was oblivious to everything, I just walked back to the car. My friends, I said, oh, let's just wait for him to leave. We sat tight, and we're just waiting for him. We see him coming in and out of the house to his truck, his work truck, back in the house to go continue working on the house. And we just waited for like 20 minutes. As soon as it looked like he was going to leave, of course, like before, the family pulls up again. And now there's like a bunch of them. Now they're all looking at the house. And we just called it. We're like, damn, it's already 5. I only have like 30-40 minutes to skate. It's not worth it. And then, but we did dry it. We did we drained it and dried it. The torch. Alright, so the update on the Berkshire sunset, it's pretty much closing. The window's closing before I have to go and actually ask permission. The people are moving in. They haven't officially moved in. The moving trucks haven't shown up. Their beds aren't there yet. They're not sleeping there. But every day they're showing up to the house and moving shit around, and I think making room for the actual moving day, which is probably going to be today or the next couple of days, since it's now February 1st, which is typically when you can move in, first of the month or whatever. But the last couple of days, this is what's been happening. We've been showing up, waiting for the worker to leave, and he's not leaving, and he's staying the extra hours, maybe because they're going to move in even sooner, so he has to put in the extra work to make sure the work is just ready, everything's ready to go, so people can move in, the family. I don't know who the fuck this is. I've seen different people there now. So yesterday, we show up again, and we're waiting for him to leave. He's not. I'm getting really upset. I'm like, damn, dude, I like this pool. I want to carve it. I want to get a line. There's this line I want to get in it. And this guy's not leaving. The sun's already pretty much going down. We're sitting by the house, and maybe we weren't too quiet. We were drinking, so maybe we were being a little loud about just skating around the area and sitting in the car, talking, being frustrated about not being able to skate the pool. We're in the car. We know we're not going to skate it. But I also, at certain times, would get out of the car and peek around and see if they were still there. So maybe someone saw me doing that. And we're sitting in the car about to leave, and this lady, this very Karen-ish looking lady, like textbook Karen, she even was more of a Karen, she outdid the Karen mold. She looked like, like if there's a way a Karen looks, she's even more than that. I guarantee it, because just by the way her attitude and behavior was. We didn't even talk to her. The way she just showed up, took a picture of her license plate, maximum. Yeah. And she walked away after she took the picture, and we were just like, whoa, what just happened? Have they been watching us this whole time? I'm mad. I want to go back and skate that thing, even if I get in trouble. I like getting in trouble, because then I know it's a complete bust, rather than not knowing what the fuck's going on. I don't even know if that lady was from the house with the pool, but she did pop out. I wonder where the fuck she went, dude. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's from the house, but I'm also going to go ask them eventually. If they're not there at sunset, I'm fucking going and barging that shit hardcore. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if anyone tries to pop out and tell me something. I'm just going to leave. That's it. Yeah, and then obviously if I don't do that, I'm just gonna go and tell them, like, hey, we used to skate the pool when the old owner was there. Complete lie. And we just wanted one more sesh to skate it. We'll see what they say. Yeah, I will do another update after this to see what happens if I barge it, or if I talk to them to see if this window is completely closed. Berkshire Sunset is officially closed. The window is closed the same day I was worried about it, even though I felt it the last couple of days, but I haven't done any of this shit. I just went because yesterday we had that Karen lady come up to us, take a picture of our plates. I was like, fuck, I hope that has nothing to do with the actual house. I hope it's just a neighbor being annoying, that we're sitting in the car drinking, being a little loud. But I went up to the house today, just no board, just me walk up. I'm gonna talk to them and see what's up. I was gonna lie to them too, and I'll tell you how. Go to the front, the construction guys there. The main guy I talked to 2 days ago, we almost got caught in the back with the torch and everything. And he's there. He's like, hey, I was here the other day, I talked to you, and I wanted you to know. Well, before I even said that, he was like, oh, you guys have been skateboarding in the pool. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, before he said anything, and then I said, yeah, that's what I want to talk to you. I told him the last owner let us skate it, and we pumped his pool for him. He let us skate. He was like, well, the new owner's not going to want that and all this and that. He wasn't being a dick. He was just kind of giving me the facts. And I was like, well, that's why I want to talk to you about it, to let you know that we're not doing anything. We're just skating. We're not trying to do anything to the house. We're not trying to rob anything, take anything, steal anything, vandalize these law-abiding citizens, whatever these people are thinking. And I told him that, and he's like, didn't really say much. And I was like, well, I'm glad we had this talk, and I just walked away. But we kind of looked each other in the eyes and had that agreement. Cool. Not cool. I don't like that feeling of losing a fucking pool. So, especially so close to my house. That's the part that really got it, and it felt really good. But that's the end, man. I'm gonna post this now so you guys will know the story of the Berkshire Sunset. The reason why it's called Sunset is because the brand was Sunset Pools. The end.